Attorney Jonathan Elson, reminding you that if you've been injured in an auto accident, it's important to have somebody on your side. When you need a lawyer,
then you need Nelson.
Just before 8 p.m., we observed a heavy fire condition developing in an area north of the fire station, main fire station, on Highway 160, but to the east of the highway. Unfortunately, we didn't know exactly what was burning initially. Crews responded. We found a 1+ acre mixed fuel between mesquite and cedar that was well involved. It was extending rapidly. It was not necessarily wind-driven, but it was creating some of its own wind due to the heat it was producing. It was contained to a bowl, but a relatively large size bowl, and it had also some fingers, which are extensions of the fire going up several of the ravines and some of the washes in the area. So we had to be extremely careful. Very limited access. There were no paved roads. There were some dirt roads, but they again had some pretty large washes running through them or dissecting them. So some of our apparatus could not get close. So it was a matter of anchoring the fire, which is at the heel or the back end, and using hand crews running along the flanks to control, to contain it, and then eventually extinguish it. We used actually hand tools, wildland hand tools, which are specific applications. They had their wildland PPE. They had the brush truck. They also had our attack truck, which is what we would call a Type 6. It's a little bit smaller than our big brush truck, but it can navigate in some of those areas a little bit better. We also, Captain Moody cut a swath through the middle of it using chainsaws, so that allowed us to get that Type 6 down into that area. And once the fire was contained, then they were able to successfully mop it up. It could be an explosive situation. Several times when we thought the fire was contained, all of a sudden it would rapidly advance again, hit a good fuel pocket, and it would create 30, 40-foot flame lengths that could be viewed throughout the valley. So we had to be extremely careful of that. We had to be aware of our surroundings because those washes were quite deep. They were numerous in nature. The ground gave away easily. We had to watch for any secondary issues like snakes and things like that that would be leaving that area. We were also very, very aware that it appeared to be a homeless camp, and so we were making sure that everybody was clear of that area. There was evidence of a homeless camp in the middle of it, which would make sense because it's a very wooded area. It would create that shade during the day and then afford them the opportunity to get into the center part of town because it's right across the highway. We believe it's related to homeless camp activity. We can't tell you if for certain if it was unattended cooking left or some kind of small fire that was left unattended. When we saw the call, we heard vehicles in the area, but we were unable to observe any of them leave. We don't know if it's people that were just attracted or coming in to watch the fire.